Imagine ordering a pizza. You scroll through the menu, pick your favorite toppings, and place the order. It's a simple, everyday activity that many of us do without a second thought. Now imagine paying $1 billion for that pizza. It sounds absurd, almost like a plot from a science fiction movie. But believe it or not, this scenario isn't as far-fetched as it seems. In fact, something quite similar happened back in 2010. A man named Laszlo Hanyecz made history by purchasing 2 pizzas using 10,000 bitcoins. At the time, Bitcoin was a relatively unknown digital currency, and this transaction was groundbreaking. For Laszlo, it seemed like a fair trade. He was hungry, and he had a lot of bitcoins which weren't worth much back then. So why not use them to get some delicious pizza? Fast forward to today, and those same 10,000 bitcoins would be worth an astronomical sum. We're talking about a value that has skyrocketed beyond anyone's wildest dreams. This is the story of what has come to be known as the $1 billion pizza. It's a tale that has become legendary in the world of cryptocurrency. But this wasn't just any ordinary purchase. It was a landmark moment that would go down in history. This transaction marked one of the first times Bitcoin was used to buy a real-world product. It was a significant step in proving that digital currencies could have practical applications. Laszlo's purchase showed the world that Bitcoin wasn't just a theoretical concept. It could be used in everyday transactions, just like traditional money. Little did anyone know at the time, this seemingly insignificant transaction would have huge implications for the future of money. It paved the way for the widespread acceptance and use of cryptocurrencies that we see today. Since that fateful day, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have grown exponentially. They've become a major part of the global financial system, with millions of people using them for a variety of transactions. The story of the $1 billion pizza serves as a reminder of how far we've come. It highlights the incredible journey of Bitcoin from a niche digital currency to a mainstream financial asset. And for Laszlo Hanyecz, his place in history is forever secured. He may have spent what is now a fortune on 2 pizzas, but his transaction helped to shape the future of money. So, the next time you order a pizza, take a moment to think about Laszlo and his legendary purchase. It's a fascinating story that reminds us of the unpredictable and ever-evolving nature of technology and finance. Who knows what the future holds? One thing is certain, the story of the $1 billion pizza will continue to be told for generations to come, and it all started with a simple craving for pizza. Laszlo Hanyecz, a programmer living in Florida, was an early adopter of Bitcoin. He was one of the few who saw the potential in this new form of digital currency when most people had never even heard of it. Laszlo was fascinated by the idea of a decentralized currency that wasn't controlled by any government or financial institution. He spent countless hours mining Bitcoin on his computer, accumulating a significant amount of the cryptocurrency. He believed in its potential to revolutionize the way we think about money. Laszlo envisioned a future where Bitcoin could be used for everyday transactions, making financial systems more transparent and accessible to everyone. He often discussed these ideas with fellow enthusiasts in online forums and at local meetups, where they would brainstorm ways to promote and expand the use of Bitcoin. In 2010, Bitcoin was still in its infancy. It was a novel concept that intrigued a small but growing community of tech-savvy individuals. The technology behind Bitcoin, known as blockchain, was complex and not widely understood. Despite this, Laszlo and his peers were determined to explore its possibilities and push the boundaries of what could be achieved with this new digital currency. It was a niche digital currency used primarily by tech enthusiasts and cryptography geeks. These early adopters were passionate about the potential of Bitcoin to disrupt traditional financial systems. They spent hours coding, mining, and discussing the future of digital currencies, often facing skepticism from those who didn't understand or believe in the technology. Back then, you couldn't just use Bitcoin to buy things on Amazon. The infrastructure for using Bitcoin in everyday transactions was virtually non-existent. Most people saw it as a speculative investment rather than a practical means of payment. Laszlo, however, was determined to change that perception. Its value was still uncertain. Bitcoin's price fluctuated wildly, and there was no guarantee that it would ever become a stable or widely accepted currency. Despite these challenges, Laszlo remained optimistic. He believed that demonstrating Bitcoin's real-world utility was crucial for its adoption and long-term success. Laszlo wanted to test its real-world application. He wanted to prove that Bitcoin could be used for everyday purchases, not just as a speculative asset. He brainstormed various ideas and finally decided on something simple yet impactful. He decided to do something radical. Laszlo posted on a Bitcoin forum offering to pay 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 large pizzas. At the time, 10,000 Bitcoins were worth about $41. He hoped that someone would take him up on the offer, allowing him to make the first real-world transaction using Bitcoin. He would use Bitcoin to buy something we all love: pizza. After a few days, a fellow Bitcoin enthusiast agreed to the deal. Laszlo received his pizzas, and the transaction became a historic moment in the world of cryptocurrency. This event, now known as Bitcoin Pizza Day, is celebrated annually by the Bitcoin community as a milestone in the journey towards mainstream adoption.
I thought it would be really cool if I could say, hey, I just traded this, open source internet money for a real world good. It was a small step, but it showed that Bitcoin could be used for everyday transactions, paving the way for its future growth and acceptance.
To understand the significance of Laszlo's pizza purchase, we need to rewind to 2010. Bitcoin, created in 2009, was still a mysterious digital entity. Its value fluctuated wildly. Most people didn't understand it, let alone dared to use it. There were no fancy exchanges or Bitcoin ATMs. You could mine Bitcoins on your computer or trade them on online forums. It was the Wild West of digital currency. And in this frontier-like atmosphere, Laszlo decided to make history.
Back in those days, Bitcoin was really experimental. It was a concept more than a currency. People were still figuring out what it could be used for.
On May 18, 2010, Laszlo Hanyecz, a programmer and early Bitcoin enthusiast, took to the Bitcoin Talk forum with an unusual proposal. This forum was a hub for Bitcoin discussions where like-minded individuals shared ideas and innovations about this new digital currency. "Pizza for Bitcoins," his post read. It was a simple request, yet it carried the weight of a groundbreaking experiment. He offered 10,000 Bitcoins to anyone who would order him 2 pizzas. At the time, Bitcoin was a relatively new concept and its value was not well established. 10,000 Bitcoins seemed like a small price to pay for a couple of pizzas. Laszlo didn't care about the toppings. He just wanted to prove that Bitcoin could be used in everyday transactions. This was more than just a craving for pizza. It was a bold statement about the potential of cryptocurrency.
I just wanted to see if I could get people to accept Bitcoin as a payment method. It was an experiment to see if this digital currency could function in the real world, outside of theoretical discussions and online forums.
I remember seeing Laszlo's post and thinking, wow, this guy is really onto something. It was a novel idea, and I was intrigued by the possibility of using Bitcoin for real-world purchases. So I decided to help him out. I thought, why not be a part of this historic moment? It was a chance to contribute to the Bitcoin community and see if this digital currency could really be used to buy something as ordinary as pizza. I ordered 2 pizzas from Papa John's and had them delivered to his place. It was a simple transaction, but it marked a significant milestone in the history of Bitcoin.
And just like that, the first documented real-world Bitcoin transaction was complete. This event, now famously known as Bitcoin Pizza Day, demonstrated the potential of Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. It was a small step for Laszlo, but a giant leap for the cryptocurrency world. The value of those 10,000 Bitcoins has since skyrocketed, making this transaction a legendary moment in the history of digital currency. This transaction sparked a wave of interest and curiosity about Bitcoin. People began to see the possibilities of using digital currency for everyday purchases. It was a pivotal moment that helped pave the way for the widespread adoption of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Today, Bitcoin is accepted by numerous merchants around the world, and its value has grown exponentially. What started as a simple pizza order has evolved into a global financial revolution. Laszlo's experiment showed that Bitcoin could be more than just a digital asset. It could be a viable currency for everyday transactions. The story of Laszlo's pizza purchase is a reminder of the early days of Bitcoin and the visionaries who believed in its potential. It highlights the importance of experimentation and innovation in the world of cryptocurrency. As we look back on this historic moment, we can see how far Bitcoin has come and imagine the possibilities that lie ahead. Every year on May 18th, the Bitcoin community celebrates Bitcoin Pizza Day, honoring Laszlo's pioneering spirit and the first real-world Bitcoin transaction. It's a day to reflect on the journey of Bitcoin and to look forward to the future of digital currency. Fast forward to today and the value of Bitcoin has skyrocketed.
Those 10,000 Bitcoins Laszlo used to buy 2 pizzas. They would be worth hundreds of millions, if not billions, of dollars today.
It's a mind-boggling figure that underscores the incredible growth of cryptocurrency.
Laszlo's pizza purchase is now legendary in the crypto world. It's a stark reminder of how quickly things can change in the world of digital currency.
It also shows the power of early adoption and the potential rewards and risks that come with it.
Every year on May 22nd, the crypto community celebrates Bitcoin Pizza Day.
It's a day to commemorate Laszlo's pizza purchase and the role it played in popularizing Bitcoin.
It's a light-hearted way to reflect on how far cryptocurrency has come.
From online discussions to real-life meetups, Bitcoin Pizza Day is a testament to the growing influence of cryptocurrency.
It's a reminder that even a simple act like buying a pizza can have a lasting impact on the world.
You might think Laszlo regrets his pizza purchase, but surprisingly he doesn't.
He sees it as a small price to pay for the advancement of Bitcoin.
He believes in the technology and is proud to have played a part in its history.
In interviews, he's often portrayed as a good-natured guy who's amused by the whole situation.
He understands that his story is a powerful example of Bitcoin's potential.
He's embraced his role as the Bitcoin pizza guy.
Laszlo's pizza purchase, though seemingly insignificant at the time, had a profound impact on the adoption of cryptocurrency.
It demonstrated that Bitcoin could be used for real-world transactions, not just theoretical trading.
This single transaction helped to legitimize Bitcoin in the eyes of many.
It showed that cryptocurrency had the potential to move beyond the realm of cyberspace and into our everyday lives.
The story of the $1 billion pizza is a reminder that we are still in the early days of cryptocurrency. It's a rapidly evolving landscape full of uncertainty and potential. What was once a niche technology is now a global phenomenon. As we celebrate Bitcoin Pizza Day, let's remember the pioneering spirit of Laszlo Hanyecz and the countless others who have contributed to the growth of cryptocurrency. Who knows, maybe one day we'll all be paying for our pizzas with Bitcoin.